Hey guys, this is a book I want to tell you guys about that I'm reading, guys. Why don't you guys listen to the first chapter writing, guys? First chapter of my book.
The day in the life of a left-hander. Lefties live in a world that has its challenges and is not built for them, but life for lefties is not easy, but they have their own holiday on the 13th day of August known as Left-Handers Day, but being left-handed is unique. This book is about a kid named Samantha and it follows her daily life. Samantha is a unique kid. She's having to learn to live being left-handed and someone with autism. Chapter 1. Being a lefty isn't easy. Samantha, get ready for school. A voice called her. "Okay, Mom," she called back. Samantha brushed her short red hair. She got up and got dressed. She reached over to her nightstand and picked up her glasses and put them on and went down to the kitchen to eat breakfast. "Good morning, Samantha," her sister called. "Good morning, Hannah." She called back to her sister. After school, Samantha is hanging out with her friend Lauren. Samantha and her sister Hannah are not just sisters, they are twins, but they each play different sports. Hannah plays tennis and golf. Samantha loves to swim and ride horses. Hannah also loves to do the same thing she does. Samantha got her bowl and poured her cereal and poured her milk. As she was pouring her milk, her brother Ronnie came into the kitchen. "Good morning, Ronnie," she called. She went over and hugged him. He hugged her back and "good morning," he said back to her. Samantha sat down at the table next to Hannah and they were talking about their plans for their mother's birthdays that weekend. Soon their brother Ronnie sat down to eat breakfast with them. "So Samantha, what should we do for Mom? Should we bake her a cake?" "That sounds like a good idea, Ronnie," she replied. "Definitely a great idea," Hannah added. Soon their mother came in the kitchen. "Good morning, Mom," Ronnie said to her. He went over and gave her a hug. "Good morning, Ronnie," she said back to him. "So, Mom, have you heard from Dad yet?" "Yes, I have. He is doing fine. Their father is in the Navy." "So Samantha, are you nervous about your math test today?" Ronnie asked. "Yes," she replied. "It's multiplication we have been working on this week. Good luck with your test," Ronnie replied. "Thanks," Samantha answered back. On the way to school, Samantha's friend Lauren walked with her to school. When they got to school, they said "see you later" to each other and went to class. Later in math class, Samantha's teacher asked her to do example problems for their math test on multiplication. She went up to the board and did them. When she was finished doing the problems, her teacher Emma Green said that some of the answers are not correct. She answered, "Really?" He looked closer at the answers and replied, "I'm sorry, you're correct. It's hard to read your messy handwriting, but good job, Samantha." As she was going back to her desk, her classmate Amber told her she may have messy handwriting, but she's awesome. "Thanks, Samantha," replied with a grin. Soon they started on their test, and soon after she started, she finished her test. She turned it into her teacher. 3 minutes went by. Her teacher called Samantha. "O'Hara, come get your test back." When she got her test back, as she went to her desk, she looked at her test. She noticed she passed her test. Later during art, she got paint on the side of her hand. One of the boys in the class is also left-handed. She asked him if he doesn't like getting paint on the side of their hand. "I don't like getting paint on the side of my hand at all," he replied. "Do you want to become friends?" she asked him. "Yes, let's become friends," he replied. "I'm Austin. What's your name?" "I'm Samantha," she replied. "Do you want to sit with me and my friend Lauren at lunch?" "Yes, I do," Austin replied with a smile. "What do you love to do?" he asked. "I love to swim and ride horses," she replied. "That's awesome. I love to swim and ride horses also," Austin said back to her. Chapter 2. Samantha has a new friend at lunch. Samantha introduced Austin to her friend Lauren. It's great to meet you, Austin. Lauren said to him, it's great to meet you too. He replied, so Austin, I'm hanging out with Lauren after school today. Would you like to hang out with us? I would be delighted. He replied later that day after school when they were walking home, so Austin, do you have any pets? Samantha asked him. Yes, I do. I have a cat and a dog. I do too. Samantha said back to him, let's stop at my house and let you meet my mom. That's a good idea, Samantha replied. When they got to Austin's house, he saw his mother working in the yard. He introduced Samantha and Lauren to her. It's nice to meet you both. It's nice to meet you too. They replied, so Mom, they invited me to hang out with them. Can I hang out with them? Austin asked his mother. Why, certainly you may hang out with your new friends. Just make sure to be home for dinner. Yes, Mom, Austin replied back. When they got to Samantha's house to hang out, Samantha introduced Austin to her mother. Mom, I want you to meet my new friend Austin. Hello, she said. It's good to meet you. It's nice to meet you too, Austin said back. As they were talking, Samantha's cat came in the room. You have a cute cat. Thanks, Samantha's mom said. Our cat's name is Lucky. So Samantha, how was your day? It was a great day, she replied. Samantha's sister and brother came into the room and were happy to see their sister and gave her a hug. Ronnie and Hannah, I want you to meet my new friend Austin. He loves to swim and ride horses like we do. That's awesome, Hannah and Ronnie said back. So Austin, did you meet our dog yet? No, I haven't, he replied. I'm going to call Abby to come in, Hannah said. She then opened the back door and called their dog's name. Abby, come here girl. Their dog came in the house. She's cute, Austin said. What a beautiful dog she is. Thanks, Hannah replied. She's a yellow Labrador retriever. So Austin, is there anything special about you? Samantha asked. Yes, he replied. I have autism. He said back. That's okay because I have autism too, Samantha said with a smile. So Austin, do you want to play on the Wii with us? Samantha asked. Yes, I would love to, he replied. Soon they started playing Wii Sports. Let's do bowling, Samantha said. Great idea, Austin added. Soon each one of them bowled a perfect game. Awesome job, Samantha said and gave Austin a high five. Thanks, Samantha, he said back with a smile. How many perfect games of Wii bowling have you bowled? He asked Samantha. A lot, she replied. Me too, he said back to her. So Austin, you are invited to our mother's birthday party. It's a pool party this weekend on Saturday. Tell your mom about it. Soon Austin got a call from him mom to remind him to come home. I have to go home. No, Austin said to Samantha. That's okay because do you want me to walk you home? She asked him. Yes, he replied. Samantha's mom walked with them to Austin's house. When they got there, Austin introduced Samantha's mom to his mother. Mom, I would like you to meet Mrs. O'Hara. She is Samantha's mom. Austin said. Nice to meet you, said Mrs. Smith to Mrs. O'Hara. Nice to meet you too, said Mrs. O'Hara. So Mom, Samantha invited me to her mother's birthday party. It's a pool party and it's this weekend on Saturday. Can I go? Austin asked his mother. You can go, she replied. Good evening and goodbye, Samantha and her mother said, leaving Austin's house. On their walk home, Samantha said, I can't believe tomorrow is the last day of school. I know you are excited for summer vacation, her mother said to her.